Crosgrove Complex is a really great full body workout. It's really fast, it's effective, and it's done in a short amount of time. So there's going to be 7 exercises that you're gonna do consecutively without any rest. And the first round of going through all 7, you're gonna do 7 reps each. The second round, you're gonna do 6 reps each of all 7 exercises. The third round, you're gonna do 5 reps each of all 7 exercises, and so on. If starting with 7 of each and pyramiding down feels like too much or you don't have enough time, start with 5 of each. More than okay to cut it a little bit. So we're gonna go through each exercise, demo it, and then I'm gonna go through it once all together. So the first exercise is an RDL. So you're gonna grab the barbell and you're gonna keep the barbell in your hands the whole time as you go through everything. So the RDL is keeping your shoulders packed, so you're not rounding your shoulders. You're keeping them kind of back down. Your chest is a little up. Your feet are kind of screwed into the ground about shoulder width apart, and you're gonna push your hips back into that hinged position as the barbell comes down along your thighs and stops when you feel that full stretch in your hamstrings, which for most people is between their knees and mid shins. If you start rounding your back or bending your knees to try and get the bar lower, then you're going too far. You're losing that engagement in your hamstrings. So we're gonna hinge back, let the bar drag down our thighs, push our hips back to that stopping point where we feel the full stretch in our hamstrings, and push the floor away as you stand up, squeezing your glutes. But when you come to the top, don't arch your back forward. Just come to a standing neutral position. The next exercise is going to be a bent over barbell row. So you're gonna come back down into that hinged position and do a row. You're bringing your elbows back to your hips. Then you're gonna stand back up and you're gonna do a hang clean. So for the hang clean, you're bringing the bar up to your chest. So you're gonna swing it up and your elbows are gonna come kind of underneath it. And I'll try to do another angle, and you can add a little bit of momentum or hop with it and bring it up to the top. So there's the hang clean. So you're just swinging it up to your chest. Then the next movement is a front squat. So that hang clean position at the top, and you're gonna keep your elbows up forward, your hands, your fingers just resting the bar, holding it there, but they don't have to be squeezing it. And you're gonna come down into a front squat for the allotted amount of reps. And then the next one is a push press. So like a shoulder press, but you're using your legs to help drive the bar up. So this is the starting position, and we're pushing up to the overhead press. And it can be easier to hold your wrist in instead of leaning or bending your wrist backwards, keeping them upright with your knuckles up to the ceiling can help you push the weight up and load the bar heavier in the future. And then from the push press is the back squat. So then you'll just put the bar on your back and do the allotted amount of reps for a squat. And then the last movement is a good morning. So you're in that squat position, and it's much like an RDL, but with the bar behind your back. So you're hinging your hips back and keeping your legs relatively straight. Your knees don't need to be locked out, but they do need to be straight. You don't want to bend them because you're focusing on your entire hamstring and glute in the good morning. And you might feel it in your lower back as well, which is totally normal. So you're gonna push your hips back and come down to as if you were almost flat on a table, if you were leaning over the edge of a table with your feet on the ground, and then pushing up, pushing the floor away as you stand up and squeezing your glutes. Again, not overarching your back. So let's go through the entire movement again. And with loading the bar, if you feel comfortable going through each of those movements with the allotted reps with weights on the bar, that is fantastic. Do that. It's you're going to want to load it for what your upper body can tolerate versus what your lower body is going to tolerate. Because with squats, you'll be able to lift more than you will for upper body movements. But again, this is just a quick full body workout. So we're going to start RDL, row, hang clean, front squat, push press, back squat, and a good morning. So I'm not going to do all 7 reps of each of these. I'm just going to do a few to make it easier to follow. So RDL, and then we're going to go into the row, and then we're going to go into the hang clean, and then the front squat, and then the push press, and then the back squat, and then the good morning. And then if you were to continue on with another round, you would then do 3 reps of each exercise, all 7 exercises, because on that one we just did 4.